Good afternoon. My name is Venkat. I am working as a professor of practice with Manipal Law School, Bengaluru in India. Today I am presenting our research on fast-track dispute resolution for sustainable development projects in India. I would like to thank my co-authors Dr. Anuja and Dr. Hola and the organizing committee of ASCE for giving me an opportunity to provide this presentation with a video recording. India's infrastructure ambition is huge. India is investing enormously in the infrastructure sector, especially on the sustainable infrastructure, but the dispute resolution ecosystem hasn't kept pace. The World Bank estimates it takes as a minimum of 4 years for the disputes to be resolved related to infrastructure projects. Similarly, the statistics show almost 46% of the projects are cost to overrun, and traditional arbitration or litigation takes 1,444 days to resolve. That's really a concern. While the comparable jurisdictions, common law jurisdictions like United Kingdom, Singapore, Malaysia, they have statutory adjudication mechanisms. Unfortunately, India doesn't have a statutory adjudication mechanism yet. So, our research aims to fill the gap with empirical data as well as a concrete framework proposal. We have used a mixed methods design, a doctrinal legal analysis. We compared the jurisdictions of United Kingdom, Malaysia and Singapore. We did an online survey through Google Forms. We got 48 validated responses. Professionals like engineers, contract managers, lawyers, policy makers were participated. We got a Kronberg alpha of 0.81, which we believe that shows strong internal consistency with our survey. Over 62% of the participants had a direct sustainability linked dispute experience. The arbitration is the most experienced. The least experienced was expert determination. Although the expert determination is supposed to be most suited for the technical disputes in the infrastructure projects, this awareness gap has been evident from the survey. Then we have asked what kind of disputes do you think will be suitable for dispute resolution under the expert determination category. 56% of the participants have told technical defects, delays related to infrastructure projects are most suited for expert determination, followed by design interpretation, environmental compliance. So this is very encouraging. That means the practitioners can clearly distinguish the dispute types and what is suitable for expert determination. That has been very clear. But unfortunately, there is no system currently in place to take it further for a dispute resolution. Our framework proposes 3 fast-track mechanisms. One is expert determination. It's a voluntary, non-judicial. It's binding unless contracted otherwise. It's ideal for technical disputes, basically on the performance, carbon credits, design validation, or even valuation. So those sort of disputes are well suited for expert determination. Then the adjudication. There are 2 variants here. One is the statutory variant like United Kingdom, Malaysia and Singapore model, or even Australian model, or the contractual adjudication, which is common in FEDIC or NEC kind of contracts. There is an interim binding decision in terms of statutory adjudication. So as we said, in UK, the current timeline is only 28 days. The third and the last fast track mechanism, what we propose is a fast track arbitration in the similar likes of International Chamber of Commerce and Singapore International Arbitration Center with capped timelines, document-only models, final and enforceable across all jurisdictions. The survey results came with a strong mandate for a change. 60% of the participants support a statutory adjudication to be implemented in India, similar to the other common law models. 95% of the participants agree that a combined framework will improve the timelines with respect to the dispute resolution. So, this is evident there is a strong practitioner mandate for a change. Also, the consolidated survey summary providing the practitioner perceptions on fast-track mechanisms. The adjudication has been supported on a scale of 5 to 4.31. A combined framework has been supported on a scale of 5 to 3.52. The confidence in providing the proposed mechanism came with a score of 4.02. That is evident that there is a high confidence in the proposed mechanism. When we are proposing a new system or new mechanism, we have asked the participants what could be the key barriers to implement the proposed dispute resolution model. Lack of enabling legislation came as the most critical priority, followed by low institutional capacity as of now is the next priority. As you can see, the cost of implementation is the least critical. So that means it is very clear if there is going to be a legislation and a institutional capacity building is going to happen, the policymakers and stakeholders are ready to adapt to the proposed dispute resolution model. The cost is irrelevant as far as the survey or our findings are concerned. So, what are we proposing? We are proposing a 3-tier model. If the dispute is purely technical, we are recommending expert determination. So, it's a voluntary process. So, if the parties are willing to implement, well and good. If that is not the case, then we are proposing to take the expert determination to the fast-track arbitration. There it can be converted into a normal award. Then of course they will be implemented in any of the New York Convention signatory countries. Let's say that the dispute is not technical, but it is payment related or contract related, but a quick decision is needed. It's not the finality that is important. Then we are proposing an adjudication. Because in India we don't have a statutory adjudication yet, it will be only a contractual mechanism. So after the adjudication is completed, the winning party can take the adjudicator's decision to a fast-track arbitration, again convert that into an award so that it can be enforced like a regular arbitration award. The third category, where there is a multi-party or multi-issue final binding decision is needed, we are proposing a fast-track arbitration with strict timelines, unlike a regular arbitration which take a longer duration. So the construction disputes in the infrastructure sector would be resolved on a fast-track manner so that the parties will be able to find the justice sooner than later. Now, when we are proposing this for India, we already have the tremendous experience from United Kingdom as well as Malaysia and Singapore. In fact, the King's College survey in 2024, they have mentioned 52% of the participants in that survey have found that the housing grants have improved the dispute resolution in UK. That's evident even from Malaysia, where the CIPA 2012 was implemented. So the Malaysian courts are very clear to enforce adjudicator's decision. So Singapore, Malaysia, UK, Australia, all these countries are enjoying a fast track dispute resolution mechanism for the construction industry. So it is only logical for India to aim to be in that league. So what are we recommending? We are recommending a legislative integration, a standalone construction adjudication act in the lines of housing grants or SEPA. The second thing is the most important, we believe, is the institutional capacity building. Establish an Indian Construction Adjudication Authority. Sector-specific training should be provided, and we need to train the adjudicators and adjudication council, and the parties have to be familiarized with the proposed adjudication mechanism. The third is contractual mainstreaming, because unless these FTDR clauses are incorporated in the contracts, then this system cannot kick in. So we propose to bring in this FTDR clause in the government contracts. Finally, we believe that traditional dispute resolution is a drag on India's sustainable infrastructure. Practitioner survey confirms they are ready. FTDR framework directly supports United Nations SDG 16. The three-tier model offers graduated, time-limited path from technical determination to enforceable closure of the dispute. So what is the next step? Of course, legislative reform and institutional investment. I would like to thank all of you for your kind attention. As I have mentioned, I am R. Venkat, the first author, Professor of Practice, Manipal Law School. My colleague, Dr. Anuja, Associate Professor with Manipal Law School, Bangalore. And the corresponding author is Dr. Hola. He is Associate Professor at Department of Civil Engineering at Manipal Institute of Technology. We all come under the umbrella of Manipal Academy of Higher Education in Manipal and Bangalore in India. We would like to engage with you if you want to have any further inputs or any discussion on that. Our email addresses are given here. Please feel free to write to us. So together we believe we can improve the dispute resolution landscape in India, especially in the sustainable infrastructure projects. Thank you.